All right, it's day 2 in Ireland. We are whipping the white taxis. Dave's in the, is it called a GS or an Aristo? It's a GS?
GS, Lexus GS 430, yeah.
All right, and I'm whipping the GX. I love how this thing looks, dude. These wheels, the two-tone, so clean. So I'm whipping this. It's been a while since I've driven on the right side of the road. Or wait, the left side of the road.
It's definitely a shower, not a goer, this car.
Yeah?
It looks good.
That's what I'm in the mood for, honestly. It's been a long day yesterday. I just want to cruise. I feel at home, and Colette does too. It's not too bad because I have Dave to follow, but what kind of does my head in more than it used to when I would like go to Japan and drive on the left side of the road is now I'm so used to driving right-hand drive cars on the right side of the road that when I come to a place and drive a right-hand drive car on the left side of the road, my brain gets extra confused because I usually, like, your reference points change and it's not like you snap to like, okay, right-hand drive, I drive on this side of the road. Makes it a little more confusing. I have 3 important things I need to share with you. First off, Drift HQ is having a Labor Day weekend sale. All day Friday through end of day Monday, there's 10% off these brands that you can see on the screen right now. Take advantage of it because we don't do sales often. In fact, we're not able to, but all these brands are gonna be 10% off and you could use that money for more things that are 10% off if you are smart with your discounts. Additionally, if you're out here, we do still have general admission tickets available for the LZ Festival, which I'm very excited is technically going to be not tomorrow, but the day after when you guys watch it in live stream. Info is in the description. If you're watching this, the pre-sale price for the live stream is about to be over, so if you want to lock in your price at $15 before it goes up, you're going to want to sign up now. I believe it'll be like midnight California time if you're watching this video will be when the pre-sale price ends. So if you're still awake in Ireland and you're watching this, just do it before bed and you'll be okay. Time zones are really confusing for me, honestly. Rather chill day, but we made a quick stop at, where are we?
888. So this is a custom car build. They call themselves a custom paint shop, but what they really do is paint other people's cars so they can afford to make crazy cars themselves. So it's kind of like feeding the habit, I think. High on their own supply, but they have a lot of cool cars and they've just painted an S15 for me. They've done all the paint work on all of my cars. So we came down here today just to show some of the cool stuff they have.
Give a quick tour of what's outside. You have like a beautiful drive pulling up and then you go in here, there's like a weird London taxi. This is a customer car 15. One of 2 wide body K trucks. This is Rocket Bunny, right?
Pandem, second Pandem kit in the world. Hoonigan have the other one and a small little group of people in Ireland have the second. Does it make sense? Doesn't it?
Pretty cool shop space. This is your freshly painted 15.
Yeah, it's a Spec S now, but we're doing a full 500 horsepower SR conversion in this over the winter. That was the idea. So we wanted to look good so I would get enthusiasm to build it because it looked pretty bad beforehand. So they did a great job. And then this is a 650 horsepower 2JZ real deal manual Supra Mark IV. One of the nicest ones in the country, I think. Original red. So nice car, and they've done a really good job on that. So yeah, this is kind of, and then they have another, this was actually a mushroom farm. So they used to grow mushrooms, legal mushrooms, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Legal mushrooms. This was like some old woman would go out and like do all her little like vegetables in here and they turned it into a garage.
It's pretty cool how they like outfit it as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look the same on the inside as the outside. You wouldn't even know on the outside what's inside.
I've been really digging like just how different each shop is set up here because it's nothing conventional like we would see. Oh, look who just walked out of the mushroom grow too.
It's me.
Hey, it's Jimmy O.
That's it. I'm
Jimmy
here.
O in the mushroom grow.
Big mushroom guy.
Look at this space. All the lighting in here and everything. Cool little B&R 32. Little bug. This is actually a 335i. It's pretty cool. I didn't expect to see so many over here in Europe. Love this suit. Big fan of that. And then check out this slant nose converted Porsche. Super cool. Love all the lights and branding. Got a little Jimmy Oak's favorite over here. Honda boy. Super cool space. Lighting's really good. That's pretty different as well. What is this?
That's a mobility scooter. Well, it was.
With a trailer. What?
They made that trailer.
For what? What do you use it for?
When we get older, at least we'll be alright to travel.
See now.
David sit in the back and I'll drive.
I would love to see a video. Like, do people drive those around in like supermarkets here? Like when you're going to a grocery store?
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Some people do, not everyone do.
But can you imagine going around the supermarket with a trailer? You got this full of all your groceries in the back?
You'd be the cool old person.
Yeah, I know. Jimmy, finally a car where you have headroom, huh?
Yeah, this is it.
Is this the move?
This is the move, baby. I am the shuttle driver of this whole
We all know that.
adventure.
What do you think? Put a K in it?
It smells like it has a lot of miles.
So we just realized this is the spot where you guys had, was it the runner-up for the at-home burnout contest that we did forever ago?
Yeah.
Now, like, seeing how small this place is makes me appreciate it even more. I'm gonna put the clip in. But yeah, this is a small little yard, but it looks sick. I like your shrub. Did that come with the place?
Trim it fairly regularly.
You need to
Do you?
trim the
I
bush.
bet.
We've been waiting years for those bushes to get that bit of
Yeah.
They did it!
Look, I can appreciate good landscaping, all right? We were just talking about, so how common do you think it is to have the M Performance or the M trim in a 3 Series here?
every second one, probably, if
Yeah.
not more.
In the States, it's like very rare. It's something I always notice.
Completely stock.
Yeah, it looks so much better though with the M bumper. And so this is a diesel?
Yes, 2-liter diesel.
Sick. What about that blue one over there? Same thing?
Yes.
They look so good.
I still think mine looks better. I'm just gonna go out there. And
No, the wagon is the move. I just love that on it you've got Alpina wheels and you've got Lamborghini brakes.
Well, you know yourself, it's easy to get stickers, you know.
Say, what are these little marts called that we keep stopping at?
These are petrol stations. It's like
Okay.
a services in the UK or like a gas station, but they are a full restaurant and everything involved, and then they have every type of nice chocolate ever, which no one would be fooled into buying all of. No one would just buy all of it.
Yeah, I got a full custom sandwich here. Colette, can you show them some of the custom candies we got?
We got this,
All the gummies get me.
this.
Anytime I'm in
all
Europe.
the chocolates get me. All the Cadbury kind.
Look at those.
You got a bunch of these.
The Dolly mix.
There's some deep, like way down in here. We got a lot. Ooh, these are good.
There's a lot of candy in this bag.
I can't reach all
So
your
this
gummies.
is what would happen.
Ooh, the fun burgers.
Fun
You ever had
This
those?
is what I've never even had these. This is what happens when you let like a 7-year-old go in to the shop, and this is what they come out with.
Basically.
Fair enough, fair enough. So I'm gonna give my review on the chicken fillet roll. Actually, flavor is quite good, but I would prefer that the chicken be at the bottom of the roll instead of the top. You agree?
I would agree. I think that makes much more sense.
Yep.
I think so.
So you guys saw Jimmy in a car with a lot of room. Now let's look at Jimmy in a car with not a lot of room.
No?
What do those knees do?
I make it work.
Yeah, you do. Hey, remember when you used to have a silver S15?
Remember?
Whatever happened to that?
You should go ask your friend, Adam.
All right, we're driving the GS now, and let's see what it costs to fill this thing up. 118 euro. That's a lot. That was mint.
Oh, you can
see the yellow hatch?
You might see it. There you go. I draw the clip. Draw the clip. You like that?
6-speed, baby, but one of the 6 speeds is reverse. Found that out.
Yeah.
Day 1 wasn't really hitting me, even though we were up for a while. Day 2, the jet lag's real. I was struggling to stay awake. Mike's here. Hi, Mike.
Hello.
Welcome to Ireland. We just got to the drift game shop. There's a lot of really cool cars here in a lot of different colors, shapes, and sizes. I'm excited to look at them after my nap.
Hold on. I'll shut the curtains for you.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night. Good night, sir.
We're at the drift game shop. There's a bunch of cool cars in the parking lot. You guys have probably already seen some of those. But Dave's gonna give us a little tour of inside so you guys can see some cool stuff.
Hello. This is my many poor financial decisions, and also Josh's, so I feel better about myself that he's making them too. Investments, Jimmy. Is that what they're called?
Investments.
When will we stop convincing ourselves that we're making investments
never.
rather than just poor terrible cars? But anyway,
Investments and happiness.
happiness is a good investment. Yeah, this is kind of the fancier stuff that we have. This is my daily car. This is an A90 Supra. We did a titanium exhaust, intake, tune, BCs, lots of carbon, but it's basic. It's a funny car.
But the cool thing about it, which you didn't even touch on, this is one of two?
Three.
Well, you said one dude crashed this.
Yeah, so there's only 2 on the road right here.
Only 2 in Ireland. So this car in the States goes for, I think, around like 50 grand is the sticker price. In Ireland, the car sells for, I think you said like 90,000 euro.
90,000 euro.
Plus, what is it? What is the tax to get registered? Half of that?
Yeah. The tax on this car, just to put a number plate on it, is 28,000 euro.
So you're in this car 120 grand.
Yeah, something like that. Actually, that's a terrible way of thinking about it. I'm not in it for that. I'm on finance.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
on finance, so I'm paying it bit by bit. So
And there's this whole crazy tax system they've been explaining to me too, where like you made money by buying this car.
technically, yes, by trying to write off some tax bills. Now, my company bought this, so I mean, we can justify whatever way you want. I wanted a nice car. I made it work through the books, but it's a company vehicle. It's something very practical that we can use to carry parts and drive around and
loan to friends.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I love this thing. I think these are the best new car. One of the best cars I've driven in a long time, and I love this thing. And the rest, not so practical and not so new. This is a this is kind of like a fast road spec car. So
what is that you did down there? I've never seen that before.
So you know the way the bonnet pull in these rusts away. So we just did a short one to a hook here, so you can just pull it there. Now everyone's going to steal my car.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah. So this one is like some of the work was done by a guy in the UK before me. He did a lot of the engine work and that kind of stuff. So it's running like 350 horsepower. It's got R8 coil packs, better turbo, blah 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 blah. The usual stuff.
And it's the right engine.
The right engine until they blow up, and then they're the wrong engine all the time.
No, they're still the right engine.
They're still good. This is a Datsun 240Z, 1971. The car was built in Las Vegas, so it's like a resto mod or Scarab. That's what they call them? So they kind of build these Scarab 240s with big old V8s in them. So this was like some old dude had this car.
These cars are like pretty expensive right now, right?
This one was quite expensive, yeah. And
but like even just like a shell is like big money.
Oh, for sure. So this one has like, a lot of these look great, but they have like very little power. So I didn't really want to buy one. I could have put an RB or something in it, but I kind of wanted, this one kind of had this already.
Whoa, that's some old school shit, huh?
Yeah, so old school race engine, the American side of the street. I'm not great with American V8s, but it's like the old school with the choke, all that. So it feels like an old 70s car, but it's got a lot more power. So it's 450 horsepower, 450 torque in a very light car. And it was originally this orange, underneath everything's orange, and then we wrapped it because we wanted it to look a little bit more JDM. We put some split wheels on it, some bolt-on fenders. This car was built in 3 weeks. It took an old man's prized possession and then made it look like a Japanese car, which is kind of what we wanted to do.
Can we take this for a drive?
We can take this for a drive in a little while, yeah. So this one is, it's a bit of a muscle car, but it looks like an old JDM car, which is exactly what I wanted. And it's very drivable, and the interior is perfect, low mileage, everything, no rust. And then this is my pride and joy.
This is probably my favorite car that I've seen in Ireland so far.
So this one is the 2019 Tokyo Auto Salon winner of the street car category. The demo car for Spirit Rai or Ray, depending on who you ask, whatever it's pronounced. This one is like just the JDM dream. They went around every single tuner shop in Japan and just said, this is what I want for this. So everything is like 326 power, Blitz, Apexi. This is as the car was in Japan. They brought the car there. It was then imported to the UK. Guy bought it for a lot of money to try and do shows. Did one show, won the show, and then COVID hit and he had no shows to go to. So we decided to go build a car. And then I stepped in and said, I really want this thing. But it's amazing.
I love this like bronze lip. This is like one of my favorite color combos. Usually you see it with like the darker gray faces, but I kind of like it with the silver.
Yeah.
Like look at the details on this car. Like every body panel fits so well, which I mean like their kits are known for that. Like even this green, I would never choose green, but it looks so cool.
And it's paint.
Yeah.
And I thought it was vinyl for so long, but it's actually paint. They just went to that degree.
The paint job is immaculate. Like look at the sparkles, Mike. And it's molded too, huh?
Yeah.
I hate rivets. Not a big fan of rivets.
The only thing that I did with this car to modify it is the carbon roofing. I just think it needed a little bit more. But other than that, I didn't do anything. Comes with customary poor Japanese wiring. All the bodge jobs that they did to make it work.
The blue vacuum lines.
Yeah, everything. And we said, you know what, it's just so as they built it that I didn't want to change anything on it. And it's quite a famous car. It's had a lot of features, speed hunters and all that, so I didn't want to change too much on it. So that's why I built the red one, so I could kind of do whatever I wanted to do without people getting angry. So it actually turned out really, really well.
It doesn't have the grounding kit. You know, every car from Japan has like the ground kit with like 8 million ground bars.
Or the flip out stereo that does nothing and just flashes all the time. I think it still has one. Oh, we turned the car on and there was like a Japanese storybook sort of CD in there. I was like, well, this is as JDM as it gets. Just random stuff. So it was a really cool car. We bring it to a lot of the shows. It's just a piece of history, I think, from like that side of the world. These are all Josh's. This is my buddy. So if you guys watch the Drift Games YouTube channel, you'll know that I generally go buy the shiny things and make them shinier, and Josh generally buys the poor things and makes them less poor. So he built this car. This car was built for $5,000 start to finish. So he did all the work himself, welded all the work on it. This is his new project, so it's going wide body RX-7FC with some big old wheels and stuff, but as you can see, it's at the start of its life. So when the Aussie Festival is over, all of this rust will now be on our floor being dirty straight away. This is probably the oddest car here because everyone thinks it's an 86, but it's not an 86.
I did think that at first. Is this S12?
S12. But it's very easy to understand why nobody knows what it is, because this is an S12, which are not a very good looking car and not the Silvia that everybody wants. But some guy in Holland decided to take a full S13 coupe kit, chop it all up, remold it, reshape it, and put it onto an S12, painted a Jeep Wrangler color, and then put a full SR20 turbo S15 swap manual gearbox in it. And then, so I'm pretty much started as a drift car. It's got a roll bar and stuff. It's very sparse inside, has all the JDM stuff. And then we put these work equipped 40s on it last week because I just wanted to make it look a little bit more bling. This is the fastest car we have, but it's also the scariest and the one that blows up all the time. So this is a Mazda MX-5 NC, full pro build, Samsonite sequential, 520 horsepower, SR20 and all the goodies on it, and this is Josh's car. It's scary fast. It's a cool car. It's a cool little drift car. It was the first NC in the world with an SR20 swap. Sick. And we realized why, because they don't fit. Really? And it was an absolute nightmare. Yeah, we built the Corvette in about half the time we built this because it was just so many. It has an S2000 throttle pedal, the brake pedal is from the Mazda, the clutch is an independent. It's just a ton of silly stuff. There's a lot of tight spaces with the steering rack and the sump and the engine and everything else in this. There was a lot of figuring it out. It has a full destroyer die lock kit on it, Link ECU, complete rewired. It was a fun little build to do. It works really well. It's just the engine keeps blowing up. And maybe it's Josh, maybe it's the engine. We'll leave that to people to decide.
I noticed a lot of shops here at the Swiss tracks. Is that a common thing out here?
So this is a company that's from Ireland called Tough Tile. So it's like Swiss tracks, but it's quite affordable, and they're basically Irish based, and they've kind of done a lot of they do these lights as well. You'll see them in a lot of the shops that you're here. Garages look nicer on the inside than the outside. That's kind of the way Irish garages are. They always look like kind of on the outside they're just like a shed. Inside we try and do them up a little bit nicer. So yeah, this is where we make all our YouTube videos. This is where we do all our builds, and mostly spend most of our time arguing and trying to figure out what we're going to do next. So this is a bit like you guys, but maybe not as big a level.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It kind of sounds like my RTR Mustang Spec 5D. I feel like mine would have to have an RB in it.
I think you'd have to be more purist, but for us the America V8 is a bit more like novelty.
No, that's cool. Well, I gotta remember, bro, we're left-hand drive now, but it's still on the left side of the road.
You're still on the left side of the road.
That would do my head in.
Yeah, so if you come, go this way is better.
So left is like turning right.
Left, yeah.
This is gonna really mess with my head.
You are good.
The gas pedal's heavy.
Yeah.
This is gonna be scary.
It's pretty sketch.
Like this feels, it's almost like a mixture of like driving my dad's 61 Chevy with like an S13.
The suspension, because it's BC, we had to weld and cut all the suspension in, so it's got semi-slicks on it, but the steering is so wayward compared to like anything normal.
I'm like pretty stoked about this right now. Like driving it to on like Ireland roads. Look at Jimmy.
It's Jimmy in an A19, so there's 50 years between the two cars you're driving.
I'm excited to give her the beans. We'll let her warm up for a bit. Are you ready? Whoa! Is that the brakes or is that me letting out the clutch?
No, that's the brakes. It keeps you on your toes. Yeah, the front brakes are Maxima and the rear brakes are Hilux. This is like the ultimate smile car, I think, for a Sunday. It's like frightening.
The gears are so long.
Yeah.
And this motor revs. It's nice when a car kind of keeps you on your toes.
I think so.
I love the big wheel. Am I good?
You're good?
Alright, let's see how she feels in first. Dude. Yo, there's no way the RPM on the, is the RPM on this tach correct?
No, not
Because
at
I was
all.
gonna say, we just went to 9,000 RPM.
No, I think this taco is from the original and it's just kind of trying to keep up.
This thing is very raw.
Yeah.
I want to find the limiter.
We'll get to a straight bit in a minute. We'll just give it the
I don't want to go any faster than that, Dave. See if we can find the limiter. Bro, I think it'll just keep revving.
Yeah, I think it just goes.
I don't think it has a limiter. I don't think there's an ECU. Is there an ECU on carbureted engines?
No, there's not.
So there's no limiter.
No, it just keeps going.
Oh, that's funny. I like that.
That's fun. I think this is the fastest this car has been driven because
Really?
I haven't really ripped it too much.
This thing moves,
We
bro.
only finished it like 3 weeks ago.
This is so cool.
I haven't stopped smiling though, so I do, and the noise is amazing.
The 4-speed thing's kind of neat too.
Yeah, and the cut gears, so it's like it feels like a race car.
I feel like I need something like this in Florida too, since the roads in Florida are so smooth. I need sketchier cars.
Maybe.
Do you not saying this is sketchy, but you know what I mean? Versus like newer fast cars.
Like the Stones are fine. That's the scary though.
You want to hear something funny, Jimmy?
I would love to hear something like that.
So I've never driven a carbureted car before, right?
Yeah.
There's no ECU, right?
Yeah.
But this whole time I'm like, where's the limiter? I can't find the limiter. I'm like, let's do another pull. Let's try to find the limiter. And I'm like, wait a second. It'll probably just keep going, huh?
Valve floating this thing.
That's the thing, right?
I guess so.
This is my first ECU-less car.
Well, I've never heard the limiter, so he's obviously right.
So, take it all apart, put a link on it, put a damn cam sensor on it, get rid of this distributor garbage.
It runs beautifully.
Drive it down the road.
This car runs beautifully, Jimmy.
It's still fine.
It looks pretty beautiful, that's for sure.
It's like pretty fast. So like my new mantra in life is
I
like,
think it's fast and like a, just because it's raw and you really feel it all.
you drove my LSFD?
Yeah.
Way faster than that.
No way.
Yes. It feels like it makes more power than my LSFD with like 1,000 pounds
Yeah,
less. Well,
but Mike's EG felt fast, and it's only because the thing was falling apart when I was going. I'm just kidding. Mike outside.
no, this thing like, it gets down. I'm like just at the point in life where I just want lighter, sketchier cars with like modest
old
amount of
V8s
power. No,
Yes.
but like a 450 horsepower SR in a car that's light enough to feel bat crazy instead of like a nice new chassis with 1,000 horsepower.
So you should buy an E86, rip that 4AG out. Garbage. I'm just kidding. They're good motors, but they're not that fast. SR20, 450 horsepower. Ridiculous.
I really want a Datsun 1200.
Do it.
They're like 1,700 pounds. I'm pulling the SR out of the green car.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna put the VVL motor in that.
Yep.
So I need something to put an SR in.
Do it. Oh my God, people! Oh my goodness, Adam.
What? What?
That just sounds sick.
What does?
VVL. Little baby Datsun.
No. The VVL is going in the drift car.
But he has 2 VVLs. See?
How do you feel about killing the VVL? All the drifters like killing the VVL.
Oh God, no.
How do you feel about it, Mike? How do you feel about killing VVL on a VVL motor? And what is it? Just a motor?
Would you kill VTEC, Mike?
Yeah.
Would you do that to your VTEC if you had VTEC anymore?
No.
You would kill your VTEC. He would.
No.
He would rust out his VTEC.
No.
Yeah, he would.
He
I
would
bet if
rust.
it was cool.
8 years and fast. 8 years and fast.
Sleep deprived conversation.
Deprived. Sleep deprived.
Self-induce.
Speaking of lack of sleep, I think what we're going to do is sleep and get ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to be doing a little bit of testaroonies just to get comfortable in the cars and get some stuff set up for the big event this weekend.
You ready to do some conies and some diffs?
Yeah, whip some diffs.
Some. Dave, what's donut lingo? Whipping diffs?
Oh, rings, doing rings, lad.
Doing rings. You ready to do some rings, lad?
Timmy, you want to buy this?
That's all you do.
I know what you got under your mattress. Wait, is that what you say? Dave! Dave, what's the mattress saying?
What's the what?
The mattress saying.
Oh, if you want to buy something, if Jimmy says, I want to buy that, you go, lift the mattress, lad.
Ah. Lift the mattress, lad. Let me see what's under your bed.
When you say